What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after week number 11 of our Tennessee Titans franchise, where the Titans had their worst loss of the season to the division rival, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans offense could not get anything going at all. It was by far Marcus Mariota's worst game in the NFL so far, and it's not a good sign of things to come. Our defense really didn't step up a whole lot either. Now, the Jaguars have actually had a pretty solid season so far. You know, they're running away with the division right now, and it was still a game that I expected us to show up for a little bit more than we did. You know, there's definitely concerns going on right now. We couldn't get Dorial Green-Beckham involved last game. The last two games, Bishop Sankey's kind of come back down to earth a little bit, and we definitely have some things we need to improve on moving forward. Let's go ahead and manually progress a few players here. Bishop Sankey, we've already improved his fumbling trait quite a bit, and we'll probably continue to work on that throughout this series. Right now, though, let's try to get his trucking up a little bit. Let's start working on some other stats here as we move forward. Is there anybody else? Huff is a guy I like a whole lot. I'm just focusing on his zone coverage for the time being. And I can actually move that up one more. There we go. As a safety. But obviously, he's been one of our biggest playmakers right now. The rest we will auto-progress for the time being. And hopefully we can really start to turn things around. You know, this team has just been the epitome of inconsistent right now. And we kind of knew that coming in. In fact, if you were to tell me we would have a 5-5 record right now, I'd say we were having a pretty good season. But we've kind of seen what this team is capable of doing, and we definitely want to do everything possible to get back to that point. So one thing I'd like to do is find a speedster running back. So the only issue with that is its incredible elusiveness. A juke move, B spin move. All right, the only thing with getting that is we're really not going to be seeing any of the speed stats until the combine comes out. But that said, like, I really want to have a guy that can get on those outside runs and make some big plays. Speed is very, very important in this game, and maybe even getting a different third down back. I don't know. Obviously, Sankey's done okay for us. McCluster I like to have. I don't know how big of a future he's going to have moving forward. He's definitely a player I'm intrigued by. Maybe I can just check everybody out down here to kind of get some idea of what's going on. Definitely a guy I'm intrigued by, but I don't know that McCluster's going to have like a long-term future with us. And then, you know, we have Cobb waiting as well. So I'm not definitely saying I'm going to get a running back, but I definitely like finding players that I can turn into weapons. They don't have to have the best stats as long as they have one attribute that could help me. You know, I'm all about bringing them aboard, and so that's what I'm kind of trying to find here. And this guy definitely looks like he could be a good player. Somebody to keep an eye on anyway. I'm pretty happy with Dickerson there. B+ release. Let's see what else he has. All right. Nothing great there. Oh, that was still the first-round talent. So let's just go ahead and scout, you know, continue to scout the best trait for a lot of people. And this is going to give us more options on who we want to focus on within the last few weeks in terms of scouting. And then it'll give us a bigger picture on a lot of players down the draft once we can put their best stat with their combine stats as well. That's another way I'm kind of trying to look at things here. So overall, again, 31-6, not good. As you can see here, the Jaguars have a 3-game lead on us now because they have the tiebreaker. Now, we do play them again in a few weeks. Not this game, but the next. So there is a chance we can, you know, beat them there. If they lose this week, we win this week, and then we win next week, we're right back in the picture. But, you know, the team's too inconsistent for us to count on that. We do have the Raiders up next. That's another team we're capable of beating, but it depends what Titan team is going to show up for the game. The Patriots lead the AFC with an 8-2 record. The Ravens at 7-3. Steelers at 7-3, Jaguars at 7-3, Bengals at 6-4, Brown. Dude, that AFC North is just killing it right now. Every single team above 500 right now. The Dolphins 6-4. So we've really kind of put ourselves in a hole. We're quite a bit down the list at this point, and not even really in a wild card spot. So we definitely don't want to get like a mid-round selection. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing, but obviously, you know, we need to step up our game a little bit. Let's go ahead and check out the depth chart for the Raiders here. See what they got going on, and then we'll get into some weekly awards and stuff like that. Probably go up is the best way of doing it. Raiders, Derek Carr leading the way, 78 overall. Christian Ponder going to be his backup there. Latavius Murray looking for that breakout season here this season, and he's working with Trent Richardson, a guy looking to revive his career, maybe even save it at this point. And then Roy Halou Jr. is going to be the third string guy here, despite having the highest rating of those. Marcel Reese, one of the best fullbacks in the NFL, as we know. Amari Cooper, the rookie from Alabama, 84 overall. Michael Crabtree coming over from the 49ers, 84 overall. Rod Streeter and Andre Holmes rounding out that list with Tompkins and Butler as well. Lee Smith at tight end with Rivera and Leonhardt. And then going through their offensive line, again, you know, our defensive line has been doing really, really good. We're not giving up a whole lot of rushing yards. Ray Rice hurt our team probably more than any other running back we've seen so far this season. But, you know, I feel pretty comfortable with that. So despite their offensive line, I feel pretty comfortable of how our team is going to show up. Khalil Mack, 98 overall. In his second season out of Buffalo, definitely going to be a playmaker in the future. I mean, he's already a playmaker, but I mean for like the future of this entire series, he's a guy to keep an eye on. They have C.O. Moore at the right outside linebacker spot. Their secondary is not all that good, and this is a secondary that we could potentially take advantage of. Hopefully we can get a rebound game from Mariota. He can put up a lot of yards and maybe some touchdowns. That would be great. And you see Miles taking over for the vet Charles Woodson here. That's an interesting turn of events. Nate Allen going to be at strong safety. Asante going to be his backup there. Janikowski, one of the great kickers of all time, going to be their guy there. And then Marquette King, a guy I like quite a bit. They're going to have Cooper and Tompkins returning kicks and punts here. So definitely a playmaker there. It's interesting that they have him in that spot, but you know, we'll have to see what he can do there. Let's go ahead and check out the stats and the awards and stuff like that. See what we got going on. Definitely, again, not a great week for us. We'll probably check out the MVP award and everything like that as well. Aaron Rodgers, 30 of 45, 339 yards, 3 passing touchdowns for him. Julius Peppers, his teammate, with 5 tackles, a sack, and an interception. Revis getting 3 interceptions and 4 tackles for the Jets. And then Brock Osweiler filling in for Peyton Manning, who must be down with an injury. 22 of 34, 287 yards, 3 passing touchdowns for him. Definitely doing a solid job filling in, as he's going to walk away with AFC Player of the Week honors. Again, yearly awards, will probably scroll down this MVP list really quick. Russell Wilson leading the way at number 1, Tom Brady 2, Drew Brees 3, Roethlisberger at 4, Blake Bortles 5, Phillip Rivers 6, Marcus Mariota, despite 2 bad games in a row. Granted, the previous one wasn't all too bad, but he did throw 3 interceptions to go with the touchdown passes that he threw. But still, quite a few rough games there for Mariota. He's still sitting at number 7 on the list. Le'Veon Bell 8, Aaron Rodgers 9. And Andy Dalton at number 10. Now, the interesting thing is, Mariota is the only person on this list whose record is only at 500. Every other person here has a better record than that. Mariota definitely wants to get back above 500 with this next game. It's going to be interesting to see what Titan team shows up. You know, it's really coming down to the crunch time. We're not out of the playoffs yet. I definitely don't have enough faith in the Jaguars to think that they're just going to run away with it. They're a team that could falter at any given moment, and the Titans need to be ready to take over when they do. The bad thing is the Colts are right on our tail again, and we know what Andrew Luck is capable of doing. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out over the last few weeks as well. That is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. It definitely helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys next time. Let's make sure there's not a draft story. Oh, there is. In a battle of first-round quarterbacks, Max Austin showed why he deserves to be number 1. We've already seen that one. All right, so I forgot to show that. That's going to be it, guys, and I will see you next time. Later.